What's going on, you guys? Dwayne here with How to Build Credit TV, and I am back again for another live stream. Normally I do these live streams on Monday at 7 p.m. Central, but this live stream is actually Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. So in this video, I titled the video Citibank Exposed because Citibank has a bad rep when it comes to several different things, whether we're talking about their credit cards or their checking account and savings account. Citibank is not the most friendly bank out there. So in this video, I want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly in regards to Citibank. Hey, but if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel because on this channel, I talk about credit cards, and how to make money using credit cards. So be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. As a matter of fact, while you're clicking all those buttons, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel a lot, and it pushes this video in front of more viewers just like you so that they can get information about credit cards or different types of things. So when it comes to Citibank has been up and down situation for me mostly. My relationship with Citibank started back when I was in college, and I think there was an application for a credit card like on campus, and I applied for it. Back in the day, it was a Sony credit card, Platinum Select, and I don't remember how much I initially got approved for that Citibank card, but I know that there was a point where my credit limit on that credit card was over $12,000, and I was still in college. I didn't have a job, or not like a real job. I had like a part-time job, but there was no reason for me to have a $12,000 limit, but I certainly enjoyed having that limit. So that was my first relationship with Citibank. And so initially I thought, well, this is really cool. Citibank is actually one of the bigger banks in the US. It's definitely top 4 banks in the US as far as, popularity and whatever you want to use to measure a bank's success. Citibank is definitely, I think, top 4 for sure. So one of the things that a lot of people don't like about Citibank is if there's not a physical branch in your city, it can be difficult to open an account. And I actually learned this the hard way. From time to time, Citibank actually has good sign-up offers in regards to their checking account. I don't really know about the savings account, but I know that I have personally signed up with Citibank a couple of times to get a sign-up offer. So they do offer decent sign-up bonuses to get new customers to join them. But once again, if you're living in a place that doesn't have a physical Citibank branch, verifying your account can be a pain in the butt. They are going to take the time to send you a PIN number, and it could just be a lot for somebody that is used to just walking in a branch and dealing with it. But like I said, I have had several accounts, several checking and savings accounts. I think probably 3 accounts. I think there are 3 times that I've opened a Citibank account. One of the most recent times that I opened a Citibank account was in 2019, and they had a sign-up offer. I don't remember the offer off the top of my head, but I know that I got $200 from opening that checking account. So I want to say maybe you have to deposit like $5,000 and let it sit there for like 90 days. But either way, Citibank does a decent job of getting new customers in the door. So when it comes to Citibank, there are a lot of products that they offer, and credit cards as well. Citibank has a lot of credit cards from which to choose. Now, in my mind, Citibank is not up there as far as, like top 3, definitely top 2. They're not up there when it comes to credit cards in my mind. And of course, like when it comes to their thank you points or any kind of reward points, their points aren't insanely valuable, but they do have a cashback credit card, which a lot of people are familiar with, especially the Citi Double Cash card, which is a card that I did have. So when it comes to Citibank, and if you're trying to establish a relationship, I think it's in your benefit to possibly start with a checking account of theirs. They do offer a sign-up bonus, like I said, for a checking account that they do have. If you're trying to establish like a credit relationship with Citibank, it wouldn't be a bad idea to start with the Citibank secured card. Now, this is a card that I had that I signed up for back in October 2017, which is the Citibank secured card. It graduated to the Citibank Diamond card, and then I did a product transfer to the Citibank Dividend card, which is not a card. I don't even know if they offer that card anymore, but it's not a card that you see on the website. So just to give you guys an idea of the types of cards Citibank offers. Citibank has a lot of cards. They have a Costco card, which to my surprise is a pretty freaking awesome card. With the Costco credit card, especially the Costco Anywhere Visa card from Citibank, you can actually earn 4% on your gas purchases, 3% on traveling and dining, 2% at Costco, and then 1% on every other purchase. And this card does not have an annual fee. So that's actually a really solid card. That's probably one of the better cards that Citibank offers, because you get a really, really big bang for your buck. And, you're able to earn back cash back. And, I think 4% on gas is really good. 3% traveling and dining, not too shabby. Once again, 2% back on your Costco purchases. For the Costco lovers out there, I prefer Sam's over Costco, but that's just because Costco is always insanely busy, which I guess is a good thing. So there's that. So Citibank has a Costco card, they have a Best Buy card, they have Sears card, they have a Staples credit card, which I did not know about. They also offer a Home Depot credit card. Didn't know about this. I did a little research before this video, just because I was trying to see what other co-branded cards or other kind of store cards that they offered that I didn't just know about. By the way, guys, please hit the thumbs up in this video. It helps the channel tremendously, and it's an easy and free way to support this channel. So of course, there is a secured card. So if you want to establish your relationship with Citibank, getting a secured card would be the best thing to do, and that would kind of get you in the door. So if I were you and you were trying to get a Citibank relationship, I would say open up their checking account. That gives you the $200 sign-up bonus. I don't remember what the offer is. I think it's like 5,000 bucks. Just for grins, I'm going to try to Google it right now, just because I want to see what the offer is, so that I can kind of show you guys. Citibank sign up checking bonus. Let me see. I'm just Googling that real quickly here on the screen. Well, you guys don't see it yet, but you will see it. Okay, I'll share my screen with you guys real quickly so you guys can see it. So right here, I looked it up, and it basically says, you can earn up to $700 cash. Of course, they're talking about different things that you can do. Right here, it says Citi has 3 sign-up bonuses. Earn $200 when you open a new checking account in the basic banking. Of course, you can deposit $5,000, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, you guys can kind of click on that and kind of read, but it's not uncommon that Citibank has a sign-up bonus for their checking account. So if you're trying to get in with Citibank, I think going that route is good, and then initially getting the secured card. Now, when it comes to the secured card with Citibank, I know that there's some new development as far as like how long they take now to promote you from the secured to the unsecured. But the way that I look at it is, if you're trying to build a relationship or establish a relationship, it doesn't necessarily matter how long it takes. If you only open the account and you deposit 300 bucks, then, that's fine. Whether that takes 18 months or 2 years for your card to go from secured to unsecured, the goal is to get an unsecured card, and more importantly, get a relationship with Citibank so that you can apply for other products and services that they offer in the future. So that's kind of where I am with that. Once again, if you're trying to get established with Citibank, that's a good way to go. Now, some of the other cards that Citibank offer, the Citi Rewards card, the Citi Rewards Plus, which is a pretty decent card as far as gas and groceries are concerned. They also have the Citi Simplicity card, which has an incredible sign-up offer as far as being able to do balance transfers and having no APR for the first 18 months. And then, of course, a lot of us know about the Citi Double Cash card, just because that's a 2% cashback credit card. Of course, 1% when you make your purchases and another 1% when you make the payments on it. Once again, I really decided to do this video to shine some light on Citibank, because Citibank doesn't get a lot of shine in regards to their credit cards and services. And I guess rightfully so. Like Citibank is not Chase when it comes to credit cards, or even American Express. But in my mind, they're definitely up there. They're probably, for me, maybe number 4. They're probably under Chase, American Express, Discover, and then maybe Citibank. I'm sure some other people would have some other banks in there. I would even put Navy Federal Credit Union up there before Citibank, but I'm kind of partial to Navy Federal because, of course, they do a really, really good job of their credit limits that they've given, especially pre-coronavirus. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys real quickly just so that you can see some of the cards that Citibank offers. I know that this is a live stream and I'm going to jump into the chat and say what's up to some of you guys here in the stream. I appreciate you guys being patient and checking out this content portion of the live stream. Since I didn't do a live stream yesterday, I said I was going to do one today. So right here we have the Citi Rewards card, as you can see, and I'm not insanely excited about these sign up offers. I mean, this one is a pretty standard one though. You get 15,000 bonus points after spending $1,000 in purchases within the first 3 months. So I think the 15,000 points is kind of equivalent to getting $150 if you were getting like a cashback type of sign up bonus. The only thing I don't like is the fact that it's $1,000 spend. There are other credit cards out there that offer you $150 cash back when you spend $500. So that's the only thing I don't like, but there's no annual fee. And as you guys can see on the screen here, there's a 0% APR, introductory APR on purchases and balance transfers for 15 months, which is really, really cool. I mean, this is very, very valuable. There are a lot of people that may be stuck with high interest credit cards. You know, you have however many thousands of dollars parked on a credit card and you're paying, you know, 18 to 20 something percent interest on that. Well, if you apply for a Citi credit card with Citibank, you have the ability to do a balance transfer. Now, a lot of people are scared about this because they don't understand the whole transfer fee, but 3% is nothing. So paying 3% on whatever your balance is that you're transferring is really nothing, because you're saving money in the long run, because you're going to have the ability to pay on that balance on the Citibank credit card that you will now get without paying any interest. So paying the 3% is not really that big of a deal. And of course, we have the Citi Double Cash card, which is a card that a lot of us are familiar with. I did have this card from Citibank. Even though I don't have the greatest relationship right now with Citibank, I still think that there's great value with Citibank, and I decided to go ahead and do this video and share that information with you guys, because I try not to be, you know, insanely partial, even though I don't have a good relationship with them. I still try to shine some light because I think that there's value in Citibank and in others having relationships with Citibank. So that's kind of why. Now, this one says that there is a introductory offer on balance transfers for 18 months. That is incredible. 18 months. I mean, that's a year and a half where you can pay no interest. So once again, this is not a bad deal. I would encourage people that have decent credit scores, maybe 3 or less inquiries, to consider getting a Citibank credit card and doing a balance transfer. 18 months is pretty freaking legit. Then of course there's a Citi Simplicity card. Now this one says that there's no late fees or penalty, no annual fee. So there's supposedly no late fees ever. Once again, you have the same type of balance transfer offer where you can transfer whatever your balance is, and then you can, you know, no APR for the first 18 months. I think that's pretty freaking legit. The Citi Premier card, of course, has a decent sign-up bonus. You get 60,000 bonus points after spending $4,000 within the first 3 months. I don't know from experience, because currently I only have one Citibank card. I had the Citi Double Cash. Now I only have the Citi Dividend card. Once I get out of this garden, I need to sit still for like 2 years and let these inquiries fall off. This may be a card that I would be interested in getting. If I were able to apply for a Citibank card right now, I would probably apply for the Citi Advantage card, which is an American Airlines credit card. Well, it's not necessarily an American Airline credit card, but you can redeem your points with American Airline. But this sign-up bonus, $4,000, and you get 60,000 points. Not that attractive. And speaking of not that attractive, there's an annual fee of $95. So there's that. And then there's a Citi Prestige card, which has an annual fee of $495. You get 50,000 points after spending $4,000 in 3 months. I don't know. I just don't have a lot of experience with that with Citibank. Of course, here's a Diamond Preferred card. This is the AT&T Access card from Citi. Not sure what that is, but you get, I guess, 10,000 bonus thank you points after spending $1,000 within the first 3 months. Not that great of a sign-up offer, but you know, people, I guess, depending on where you are. Here's the card that I was talking about, the Citi Advantage Platinum Select World Elite Mastercard. Now, this is a pretty decent card because the annual fee of $99 is waived for the first year, so that's really cool. And you can get 50,000 American Airline Advantage bonus miles after spending $2,500 in the first 3 months. Now, I don't necessarily know how valuable that is. A lot of credit card nerds, when we talk about value and getting a bang for your buck on these points, you can get into a whole bunch of details and talk about, you know, how valuable these points are in regards to Chase Ultimate Reward points, American Express membership reward points, and so on and so forth. But what I'm in love with is the fact that there's no annual fee for the first year. You get 50,000 points after spending $2,500. So once again, as you can see, there's a lot of cards that Citibank offers. Even here's another Citi Advantage Executive World Elite Mastercard with the 5,000 minimum spend. You get the same 50,000 points, and there's a $450 annual fee. Of course, there are benefits to, you know, getting that particular card, but I don't know that there's a lot of people running out to get Citibank cards. So as you can see here, there are more cards. This business card here, the Citi Business Advantage Platinum Select, not a bad offer, 65,000 points after spending $4,000. And then of course, the last card here is the Citi Secured Mastercard. Once again, I just wanted to shine some light on the Citibank in general. You know, I think, like I said, Citibank gets a bad rep and they don't necessarily get a lot of attention. So I wanted to kind of do my due diligence and make sure that I present to you guys, you know, what I think is valuable in regards to Citibank. I think Citibank is pretty freaking dope, and they're definitely in the top 5 when it comes to banks in the US. And I think that says a lot about, you know, the value of having a relationship with Citibank. All right, so now that I'm done with all of that portion of the video, I'm going to jump into the comment section. Guys, please, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. This is the time to have your questions answered in regards to credit cards, and how to make money using credit cards. I have silently been making some money on my, basically all my cards for the most part. I don't always share because sometimes it's like, you know, $12 on this card, $9 on this card. One of the cards that I've made a lot of money on so far is my US Bank Cash Plus card. I think I've already redeemed some of it. Definitely, I want to say at the end of 2019, I did probably redeem like 180 something bucks. And then right now, I think I'm up to like 250 something dollars. But there's a lot of value in credit cards, and I wish people would see it as such. Once again, if you're watching the video, please smash the thumbs up in this video. We have 82 people watching with only 52 thumbs up. Smash the thumbs up in this video. It helps me tremendously. All right, let me say what's up to some of you guys here. Devin, what's going on, my man? Says, hey, Dwayne, glad you're doing well. I am doing well. I tell you what, one of the things that I really love about doing these live streams in this community is that almost no matter what's going on in my day prior to turning the camera on, my energy is always right. You know, like doing these live streams has a way of making me, you know, whatever this means. Yeah, and so I'm really grateful for that. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to come out, you know, sharing this experience and taking the time to comment as well. Captain Obvious says, what do you think about the Citi American Airlines card? I think it's cool. I think the one that I would kind of lean towards would be the one that I talked a little bit about, the one where you spend $2,500 and you get, I think, 50,000 points. It's the one that has the $99 annual fee, and it is waived for the first year. Let me see if I can find it just because, yeah, that's right. You get 50,000 points, right? So this one right here, I'll show you guys my screen real quickly. So this one right here, the Citi Advantage Platinum Select World Elite Mastercard, where you spend $2,500. It's $99 annual fee that is waived for the first year. This is not a bad card. This is actually one of the cards that I had my eye on for quite some time. I'm not necessarily an American Airlines fan, but you know, if I'm going to get this card, it's not because I'm necessarily a fan of American Airlines as much as I wouldn't mind getting these bonus points and using it towards, you know, a ticket somewhere. So that's kind of why I would do that. Kenneth, what's going on, man? Says, peace and blessings, Dwayne. Thanks for stopping by, Kenneth. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Drew's Dude says, hey, Dwayne, good to see you back again. Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to be here. Clay, what's going on, my man? Says, D, what's up? I referred my cousin, Yolanda, to you. You're the best, bro. I'm at a 741. Awesome. Congratulations to you for being at a 741. And thanks for that referral. Hopefully, I guess she'll reach out to me whenever. Catastrophe says, what's up? Haven't been around because been studying up on stocks. But just like you, I'm back again. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. You know, the stock market thing is it's real. It's a real deal. And I so want to figure it out. And I want to have the necessary rules that is required and strategy for me to be successful in the future moving forward, because that would be a really easy way to make some money, even make a living from doing it. The Licks Place says, you're right. It's been over 2 years and they still not graduate my City Diamond credit card to the City Double Cash. I want to upgrade to. Yeah, you know, it's interesting because I was actually on the phone with someone today in regards to a secured credit card that took over 2 years to graduate. And it was a Wells Fargo secured credit card. Now, I had a Wells Fargo secured card, I want to say back in like 99, 2000. And this is a time that I did not know a lot about credit cards or secured cards, but I was impatient because I was like, dude, it's been a year. What's going on? The good news is with these secure cards, especially if you don't have a lot of money tied into it, you know, and a lot of money would be more than $500. You're going to, if they do promote people, you're going to get your money back, and that's the good news. So just stay the course as much as possible. Just continue to use the card, make the payments, and hopefully they'll take care of you sooner than later. The Living Atlas says, hey man, you do good work. How are you? Hey, thanks for stopping by. It's a pleasure to have you in the building, man. Thanks for taking the time to comment. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for the kind words. I try to do what I can as far as being here and communicating my experiences and sharing with other people how to build their credit, how to, you know, get the credit cards that they want, and also how to get these credit cards to work for you. I don't like spending cash. I hate using my debit card. I hate when I have to use my debit card because I'm getting a money order or something like that and I can't use my credit card. So credit is a way of life. Credit cards is a way of life for me. I probably could use my credit and my available credit more to my advantage and leverage that. But I'm kind of conservative in a lot of ways, and so I'm not quite doing that. But thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate you, man. RL Flows says, I've had their 200 secured card since August 2018 and it hasn't unsecured. Meanwhile, I've received unsecured credit cards from other banks and credit unions for $10,000 and $15,000. Yeah, I mean, first of all, congratulations for getting those other offers. I know it feels good to be approved for credit cards with that high of a limit. I remember how I felt getting that type of credit limit. So good news there. You know, I think that certainly the secured card helped you get to that point too. So let's not forget that, but I hear you on that. Ricky G, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming back for another live stream. I appreciate you, sir. You were in the building last night. Miss Gatlin, thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to have you in the house. Diamond says, hello, Dwayne and Credit Fam. Yes, Diamond, thank you so much for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here as well. Kyle says, Citibank is trash. Yeah, you know, once again, Citibank does have a bad rep. I feel like it's either hit or miss when it comes to Citibank. I feel like people are either, you know, pro Citibank or not so much with Citibank. In general, a lot of YouTubers don't spend time talking about Citibank, which is yet another reason why I wanted to shine some light on them. Overall, my experience with Citibank has been really, really good. Especially when they had branches here in Houston. It's been good. Now, there aren't any Citibank branches here because it turned into BB&T, and then now BB&T was bought by Truist, so there's that. But overall, I've had a good experience with Citibank, so I hear you in regards to Citibank being trash. Azure, I hope I said that right. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. Devin says, no, they only offer the dividend card via product change because I was trying to apply for it and couldn't. Yeah, and at the time that I did the product change, yeah, it wasn't visible on the website, and I knew that actually. So, but once again, I don't even know if it's available right now. Luis, what's going on, man? Says, Mr. Houston, what up? Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Yes, sir, I am. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for taking the time to comment. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Ebony, thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello in the live stream. Devin says, I have about 10 credit cards with Citi between fully and co-branded. Wow, dude, that is a lot of credit cards. You sound like me with American Express, right? I think I have 7 cards with American Express, but that is cool. I mean, at least, you know, there's somebody here in the live stream that has a lot of credit cards with Citibank. And Citibank does have good cards out there, you know, like doing a little research before doing this live stream, I would be interested in getting the Costco card. Once again, not a Costco fan per se, but the card is pretty cool. I think it's pretty legit. Definitely would want to get the Citi Advantage Platinum Select card from Citibank as well. And I had the Citi Double Cash card, which I don't have anymore. We're not going to talk about it. It's so sad, but I don't have that card. Let's see. This Nisi, thank you so much for stopping by. It says, great information, Dwayne. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the kind words. Spurgeon, what's going on, man? Says, what's up, Dwayne? I like Citibank. I have the Advantage Platinum and Costco Anywhere. Yeah, once again, both of those cards are solid cards, and I would get those cards. Yeah, I don't really know about other cards that Citibank offers that has an annual fee that I'd really be interested in. But it really kind of comes down to not really knowing about it and not doing the research necessary to kind of, you know, put myself in the light as far as, you know, would I consider getting a Citi card that has, you know, a $450 annual fee type of thing. I don't think it's worth it, but, you know, I mean, I am easily biased towards American Express because I have a lot invested with American Express. Juice Dude says, Dwayne dropping knowledge tonight. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I appreciate you stopping by. I even put on a decent shirt tonight. You know, I said, let me class it up a little bit. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny because it's really easy to slap on a t-shirt, but I was like, you know what? I'm laughing because I have so many clothes, so much clothes in my closet that have the tags on it that I don't wear because your boy is cheap and I don't go out. So I was like, you know, let me wear one of my new shirts. So here I am in one of my new shirts. What's going on, a pimp? Man, it's a pleasure to see you, bro. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Oh, okay. Good point. You said I put TD Bank before Citi. Now that's a good one. That's really a good one because I think TD Bank is pretty solid. You know, of course, they're a little bit smaller than Citibank, of course. Not that being smaller is a bad thing, right? Because it's not. You know, a quality bank is a quality bank, especially if it works for you. So that is a good point, man. One Cool Cat says, thank you, my guy, for doing this video. I'm about 15 months in without graduation yet. I don't have a high expectation for this bank yet. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I personally have had a good experience with Citibank. The only complaint that I've had was when it was time to verify my account because I had to wait to get the PIN number. It's just all kinds of mixed up. Like, it really is a simple process, but at the same time, it can be very inconvenient if there's not a physical branch in your city. It's a lot smoother if there's a physical branch in your city to get an account with them. Melly M says, hey, Dwayne, after watching you and other YouTubers talking about Navy Fed, I joined 2 months ago and just got approved for the more rewards Amex for 25 G's at 9.69% with a 758 FICO, largest credit limit with lowest APR I have. Melly, congratulations. That is so freaking cool. Thank you for taking the time to share that here. I know that that's gotta be incredible. And that's awesome. Congratulations. I think you're gonna enjoy that card. I certainly have enjoyed my relationship with Navy Federal Credit Union. For me, Navy Federal has been the MVP when it comes to credit cards and credit limits. You know, they're right there for me, like American Express and Navy Fed. Like it's really, really cool. So I'm glad you're having a good time with that. Renee says, hey, Dwayne and everyone checking in from Dallas. Thanks for stopping by. It's a pleasure to have you in the building yet again. Adrian, what's going on, my man? Thank you so much for stopping by another stream. Melly says, only Citibank card I have is Best Buy Visa. Pretty decent card, especially when they give 10% back on certain categories, i.e. cell phone, utilities, etc. Cool. Yeah, that was one of the things that I did not necessarily know as I was doing a little research, and it was like really little research before the video. I was like, I kind of read something about 10%, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I know that in general that other people have mentioned in the live stream before the Citi Best Buy credit card, and so I know that that's a decent card to get as well, especially if you're going to be buying products from Citibank. I mean, not from Citibank, from Best Buy. That's so funny. Devin says, been really busy with balance transfer to get my debt paid down. In about 2 months, I should have about 13 of my credit cards paid off. Dude, that's awesome. I mean, that's talk about setting a goal and doing it. There's nothing more beautiful than being able to set goals, have your strategy set up, you know, be disciplined and get to where you want to be. I know that I have a really, really good time doing that, especially when it comes to money and budgeting. Budgeting isn't necessarily fun, but I like to see my bank account grow, and I like to see how much I can save and that type of thing. So congratulations to you for doing that work. Adrian says, tomorrow, big day for Tesla stock. Is tomorrow some kind of earning report for Tesla? I don't even know. Tesla is way too rich for my blood. I would have to be a millionaire to kind of play with that. But I don't know. Let me know. Points Blank Travel, what's going on, man? Says, what's up, Dwayne? Back again to soak up some of this great knowledge and enjoy another informative live stream. Hope all is well, my brother. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to have a fellow YouTuber in the house. So thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate that. Guys, please be sure to go by Points Blank Travel's channel and subscribe to his channel. Click that notification bell so you don't miss videos once he uploads them. We got Coco Love in the house, says, good evening. Thank you, Dwayne. Good evening to you. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a while since I've seen you, so thank you so much for stopping by. Melly says, doing live stream brings you life, Dwayne. It's your passion. You know what's interesting about that is I don't necessarily think of this as my passion, but for sure it's something that I am very much interested in. It's something that I am passionate about as far as you know, sharing information with people. I do a really, really good job of not taking time to be grateful for where I am, for, you know, being content with where I am, realizing that there is value in where I am currently and there's value in this channel and this community. It's easy to not pay attention to that because I'm always trying to, you know, maybe get the information out. So I appreciate you taking the time to slap this comment on the screen. That means a lot. Devin says, the Barclays American Airline card has a big sign-up bonus of 60,000 miles after your first purchase. Yes, sir. That is a card that I tried to get. Didn't work out for me. Super sad. But that's a good point. Thank you for mentioning that in the live stream. Jesus says, I think the Macy's card also connected with Citibank as well. Really? I don't know. I don't know about that. The Macy's card I had was connected to American Express. Actually, I didn't. No, I had a regular Macy's card, but I know that there is a Macy's card that is American Express as well, where of course you can use it in anywhere, not just Macy's. So I don't know about that. I don't know. That would be news to me. S House, what's going on, my man? Thanks for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here. Hey, if you guys are watching and you haven't subscribed or hit the thumbs up in this video, please consider subscribing to this channel and definitely smash the thumbs up in this video, as it helps me tremendously. Let's see. The Licks Place says, what happened to your Citi Double Cash credit card? Did they close it because you didn't use it or canceled it? You know, we talked about not talking about this earlier in the video when I was like, you know, I had a Citi Double Cash card, but I'm not going to talk about it, right? Remember, there was that whole little deal earlier in the video. No, basically what happened with that was they didn't like the fact that I had authorized users on the card, and I don't really remember anything else after that because I had people on the card as authorized users. I don't remember what the other reasons were for closing my account, but they did not close my Citi dividend card, which initially started as my secured card with a $300 balance, then went to the Citi Diamond Preferred, and then I asked for a credit limit increase, and they raised me from $300 to a whopping $450. So I still have that card open with Citibank, and that card has been open since October 2017. Once I decide to come out the garden, which should not be anytime soon, I will consider applying for another credit card with Citibank to kind of see what happens with that, because they didn't close both of my accounts. They just closed the Citi Double Cash account. So we'll see what happens moving forward with that. Combs says, hey, I have to get back on your Patreon. All right, man. Well, listen, if I can help you in any way, you can email me, and I will take care of you. So you can email me at helpingothersprosper@gmail.com. Let me throw it in the chat here real quick so that you guys can email me if you guys are interested, or if you have questions. I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Let me make sure I spelled everything right. helpingothersprosper@gmail.com. All right, cool, sweet. All right, let me scroll back up here. Scrolling down to finally catch back up to where I was. Okay, Jesus says, my first Citi card was a Best Buy Visa, 2,500 limit, now have 4,800. Cool, awesome. I know that Citibank is not necessarily the most charitable with credit limits, so it's good to see that somebody got a credit limit increase. So that's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that information. Cheryl, thank you so much for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here. Damien says, just got approved for my Amex Gold card. It's all because of your info you have shared over the past couple of years. Keep it up, bro. Congratulations to you, Damien. That is really, really cool. I know the feeling I had when I finally got my American Express Gold card. I think you're going to enjoy that card. Be sure to maximize it as much as possible, and have fun with it. Congratulations on getting the card, man. Thank you for taking the time to share that. We got the credit plug in the house. What's going on, man? You have been growing like crazy. I haven't really paid a lot of attention to necessarily how other channels are doing, but the last time I checked, you have over 10,000 subscribers. You probably got more now, to be honest with you, because I know you're pumping out content on the daily, which is really, really cool. I'm excited for you. Be sure, guys, to go by the Credit Plug's channel and subscribe to his channel. Click the notification bell so you don't miss his videos when he uploads them. He is giving a whole bunch of good content and very, very, very frequently. So I really appreciate you stopping by the stream, man. It's a pleasure to have you. Look at this, 13,000 subs. Bro, you're going to pass me up in no time. Like, that's incredible. You are out here hustling, man. I just looked you up because I wanted to see, because I think the last time I checked, I don't know, a couple of days ago. So you got 13,000 subs. That is freaking cool, man. Keep doing your thing. You said, what's up, Dwayne? Surprising, no Citibank credit card over here. Was denied a Citi secured back in the day. Never applied ever since. Yeah, I mean, and that's to be expected. You know what I mean? Like, Citi can leave a lot of people with a bad taste in their mouth for sure. So I hear you on that, man. I hear you. You definitely have, I'm sure, better cards than that anyway. Ivan says, hey, Dwayne, hope all is well. Definitely interested in some of their travel cards. It's been it's been the theme for me as of late. Travel rewards and more travel rewards. Yeah, cool, man. I think, like I said, there's some decent cards that they offer. So I would definitely advise anybody that's interested in travel cards, especially from Citibank, if you already have a relationship. You know, they definitely have one or two cards that I would get. Okay, not gonna butcher your name, but thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hello. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. We got Sammy Chicago. What's going on, my man? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Mia, thank you so much for stopping by. Mia says hello, Dwayne. Also, great information. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by the stream, Mia. It's a pleasure to have you here. This person says, hey, hope everyone is happy and healthy. Yeah, awesome. That's a positive comment. That's what I'm talking about. Skoski says, what's the worst delinquency you've had? I have a charge off which I was an AU on. Oh man, that's tough. I don't know. It's probably like a Citibank account, not a Citibank, a Chase account. I think there may have been a time that I had, I don't know, maybe $15,000 credit limit with Chase. In my mind, I feel like I owed them like 9 G's at one point. So that happened. There were cards back in my early 20s I don't remember the credit limit, but of course there was a time where I did like some settling of accounts where I would, you know, pay maybe 50 cents per dollar, or 50 cents, 50 cents per dollar. Instead of paying like the full amount, I would settle it for 50% instead of paying. So I'm not really sure, because it's been a long time since I've been in that situation. Thank goodness. So full steam ahead for me. Devin says, other co-branded cards that offer that you didn't mention are ExxonMobil, I thought so, Shell Mastercard, and Shop Your Way Mastercard. I have all these cards. Man, you are definitely the guru when it comes to Citibank. I mean, 10 credit cards with Citibank, that's pretty freaking sick. I don't think people can duplicate that now. I think maybe Citibank would not necessarily allow people, I don't know what their rules are with how many cards you can have, but they probably wouldn't allow somebody to have 10 cards with them. So that is, that is pretty freaking cool. Tomez, I hope I said that right, says, yes, I enjoy your lives as well. I always try to watch when not busy. Been subscribed for a couple of months now. Thanks, man. I appreciate you taking the time to comment. I definitely don't remember seeing you comment before, because I definitely did not try to butcher your name before. So I appreciate you, man. Thanks for taking the time to share that information. Spurgeon says, swing trading, and yeah, Tesla has an earnings call tomorrow. I got in at 200 and making a killing. Yeah, you are. Goodness, bro. You got in at 200. Yikes. That is incredible. Yeah, I already know that earning call is going to make Tesla stock go through the roof, at least for a little bit tomorrow. So that's cool, man. Very, very cool. Nixon says, hey, Dwayne, what's up? I just logged in. So who did Citibank Rob now? Just give me the quick version of it. I applied for their double cash, but was denied because of history or lack thereof. Citibank definitely didn't rob anybody that I know. But the reason why I titled the video Exposed is because I know that Citibank has a bad rep, and I know that, you know, like I said, it's hit or miss when it comes to Citibank. And I just kind of wanted to shine some light on Citibank and why people should probably consider getting accounts with them. Star Rose, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you stopping by. Devin says, I have the Macy's card, and it looks like a Citi card when managing it online, but on the credit report it shows under department stores and National Bank. Gotcha. D. Anderson, what's going on, my man? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, sir. It's a pleasure to have you in the building, of course. Mona Coot, forgive me if I butchered your name, says, my parents added me as an authorized user, went from average credit history of 6 years to 13 years, jumped my score like 40 plus more points. Awesome. That is incredible. And that's the power of being able to get added as an authorized user. I'm glad that you guys, your parents were in a position to do that for you and felt okay doing that. D. Anderson says, I have the Citi Double Cash card. D. Anderson has a YouTube channel. Be sure to go by D's channel. He does a bunch of different videos. He's done several videos about credit cards as well. And he talks about cars as well on his channel. So be sure to stop by his channel. He says he's at 955. D, I wonder if you have the minutes it takes to meet the monetization requirements to get your channel monetized. I know you have to have 1,000 subscribers. Then you have to have 4,000 watch hours, which is 240,000 minutes over the last 12 months. I'm kind of curious about that. That'd be kind of cool for you to be able to get some money from that channel. Jay's Way, thanks for stopping by, says, I just made it. My Navy Fed secured card just came in today. Awesome. Congratulations. That's good. That's very, very good. I'm excited for you about that relationship. As far as what you missed, I just talked about Citibank and why it has a bad rep, but also why people should consider getting an account with Citibank. Let's see here. Life for a Business says, I have the Citi Double Cash cards, 15 grand on each. Okay. By the way, Citi offers the best rates for personal loans out of the big banks. Look it up. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. I wonder how they fare against like Navy Federal Credit Union. Devin says, my oldest Citi card is my Best Buy Visa, which I opened back in 2008 when it was issued by HSBC as the Reward Zone Mastercard. And my first Citi I opened was the Forward card, which is I guess now is a dividend card, is what you're saying. Cool. Very, very cool. Let's see here. Star Rose says, good information always. Cool, man. It's always a pleasure to have you in the house. JB, what's going on, my man? Thanks for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you in here as well. Geo says, Citi was my first card when I turned 18. I got the secured with $200 and stayed at limit for 8 years. I stayed at that limit for 8 years, and this year I finally got a credit limit increase to $450. Let's go, $450 gang, man. We in here, right? $450. Yeah, I got that same $450. So I hear you on that. Hey, Jesus, what's going on, my man? Says, how old do you have to be to get a secured credit card? 18. 18 is definitely the age to be able to get a credit card yourself. I'm pretty sure that's pretty standard across the board for credit cards. Now, becoming an authorized user, you can become an authorized user, I think, as early as 14 with American Express. I'm not sure the other ages for the other cards. Gregory, what's going on, my man? It's a pleasure to have you back in the building. Thanks for stopping by, sir. I appreciate you. D. Anderson says, I used to get paid 2015 to 17 $400 to $700 until they changed it to 1,000 sign-up bonus or 1,000 subs. Okay, I see. Okay, wow, cool, dude. You used to get paid $400 to $700 back then. That's freaking cool, man. That's definitely big money back then for sure on YouTube. That's crazy, man. Yeah, it sucks that they changed the rules, but you know, I guess they did it for the betterment of the community or whatever. I don't know. But I wasn't really making money on videos back then. I was doing videos on YouTube probably like 2010, 2009-ish, but it was different types of stuff, clearly, right? I didn't really know what I was doing at the time, but it would have been crazy if I did, because I would have been sitting real pretty right now. Our Keith says, apply for the double cash card, was denied. I have a 770 credit score. I have 4 inquiries in the last 6 months. Could that have been the reason I was denied? Absolutely. For sure. The inquiries alone is probably more than likely the main reason why you were denied. There is a huge difference applying for a credit card with 4 inquiries with certain banks. Certain banks don't like that. Whereas if you had a relationship with like Navy Federal, or if you had a relationship with American Express, you know, they aren't going to be as inquiry sensitive if you already had a bank a credit card, a credit card with them. So some credit card companies are more sensitive for sure. Fred, thanks for stopping by the stream. I appreciate you, sir. Not sure what your question is asking. It says, what card is this? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking there. Let me get some water here. I decided to be smart today and bring my water in with me. So today I walked 6 miles. Boy, I wish I can hit the gym. Outside walking these miles is not the best, and I'm not trying to kill myself, you know, running and whatnot. The temperature wasn't too bad today. It was like 80 something, 84 to like 88 degrees. So that was interesting. But yeah, today I walked 6 miles. I wish I can get my stuff together in regards to the food. I'd be really, really good if I can get my diet together. But at least I'm doing something. Let's see. Julio, what's going on, man? Says, I had the Citi Hilton Honors card, lost my job in 2013, fell behind on account. I paid off my Citi credit card, and they still won't approve me for card. You might have to wait. You know, I know it's been 7 years, right? This is a 7-year mark, but you might have to wait. I mean, some of these banks don't forgive for whatever reason, no matter what. Guys, please be sure to smash the thumbs up in this video. We need 13 more thumbs up to get 100 thumbs up. Pretty sure if you haven't already smashed your thumbs up, there's probably 13 people that haven't done it yet. But please consider smashing the thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate that. Okay, D. Anderson says he has 192,000 views in the last 365 days. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, getting that 240,000 watch minutes is not the easiest thing in the world, especially kind of getting started. Of course, like for me now, it's a lot easier just because I have a lot of videos working for me. And I've really kind of gotten lazy in regards to YouTube. I mean, of course, I could be going a lot harder and pumping out a lot more videos. And I probably will do that in the future, but I just try to do what I can. Everybody's journey on YouTube is different. And, you know, I got to keep that in mind. When I'm watching people blow up left and right, you know, on YouTube, I can't really like worry about that just because I can't. Now, there was a time where I was concerned with that. But, you know, I mean, worrying about that doesn't do anything. So I just do what I do, and I have the experience that I'm having on YouTube. And, you know, it's cool. It's really, really awesome that I can share and have a community, right? Like I can do a live stream. People care about what I have to say. People are benefiting about or by what I have to say. So that's really, really cool. And then on top of that, you know, I make some money here doing these videos. You know, when you see people pumping out videos every day, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like kudos to them. They can do that. But like I said, you know, YouTube, it's kind of a business. You know, if you really want to go hard and make it a business, you know, the more you hustle, the more you can make. But, you know, I'm always concerned with longevity, and that's kind of important to me. I just can't necessarily pump out a video every single day just because, I don't know, I guess I'm lazy. I don't, I don't know. I worry about quality as well. So there's that. Gio says, I think credit, okay. Credit Brian said it best. Citibank is better known as Shitty Bank. I mean, I guess. I mean, you know, like I said earlier, it could be hit or miss when it comes to Citibank. I mean, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, you know, as long as you do what you're supposed to do and you pay on time, you should be good. Now, of course, customer service wise, you know, it's always good to have good customer service. And some banks and credit card companies are lacking, and that's just what it is. Like, you know, with Discover, there's a certain standard. With American Express, there's a certain standard. And I purposely listed those two first because I feel like their customer service is top notch. You know, like Chase's customer service is okay too. And then, of course, Citibank customer service, okay. You know, it's interesting to say the least. Tim, what's going on? Says, happy Tuesday, good people. Hope all is well with the Credit Fam tonight. Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Combs says, how was your trip? Dude, my trip was really, really good. As I am excited to go back to Jamaica. It's funny because I'm realizing that pretty much when I go to Jamaica, most of my trips will probably end up being the way that this trip was, where I was running around with my dad a lot and, you know, dropping this off for this person and doing this and making sure I see these people. So from that perspective, it was alright. I wish I had a little more time to kind of sit at the resort and, you know, just look out into the ocean and collect my thoughts more and kind of meditate. I don't really do a good job of meditating and sitting still and really soaking up the moment and all that good stuff. But, you know, I can have more opportunities to practice that, and hopefully moving forward, I will do better at that. Devin says, the only problem I have had with Citi is limit decreases on my 3 personal fully issued ones. The best is I have 2 cards with an APR under 10% and 1 under 5% APR. Wow, under 5%. Dude, that is cool. I mean, that type of APR is like, that's like a car loan APR. You know what I mean? That is really cool, man. That's really, really cool. Says, when I think of starting a business, what is the minimum credit score you recommend before starting? Also, what bank would you bank with for business credit and accounts? That's a great question. When it comes to starting a relationship, I think it's always decent to go with Chase. Chase has a pretty decent they have sign-up bonuses for the checking personal account as well as the business account. That's always a great way to establish your relationship, get some free money by getting that checking account, whether it's on the business or personal side, and then kind of going from there. I always encourage people to do that, and Chase just comes to mind because they do have that sign-up bonus. Like if you're going to get something for nothing, I mean, I say something for nothing, but if you're going to get a sign-up bonus for opening an account and meeting a certain standard for the deposit, I think it's always good to go with that bank. And Chase is really, really cool when it comes to business credit cards. Another credit card company that I would recommend would be American Express, just because of the ease it is. Ease that you can get a business credit card with American Express. Now, of course, you can get your business credit card with American Express by using your social, which I don't know if you want to do that or not. I know that that's easy. At least that's been my experience. I really can't speak for the EIN portion of business credit cards. That's something that I've been 1000% asleep on. I just haven't exploited that yet, and I should have, and I should. I definitely have a business name. I definitely have an EIN number, and that's something that I should be building. And I just don't really have an excuse. I guess I'm just not, there's no sense of urgency there for me for whatever reason, which is kind of crazy because of course there's a bunch of business credit card sign-up bonuses that I would benefit from, and I guess there's going to be time to do that. So yeah, but I would recommend American Express as far as credit cards. If you have a relationship with them, that would be good, and it'll be a little easy to transition over into the business side. And then of course, like I said, with the Chase account, Wells Fargo does have a secured business credit card. You may consider doing that as well. Wells Fargo is probably slow on promoting people or graduating from secured to unsecured, but it's about establishing a relationship and going forward. So those are pretty decent options off the top of my head. Says, been a while since I've been in the stream, but what's up everyone? Hey, I appreciate you stopping by. It's always a pleasure to have you here for sure. Inger says, sorry I missed the live. No, you didn't miss it. You made it. I probably took forever to get to your comment, but thanks for stopping by. Jesus says, most of those that blew up because they speak about the stimulus check, I had to get rid of those channels. That wave, it just goes to show once again that YouTube is a business. Okay. And if I could have separated that for this channel, I probably would have done a lot of videos about the stimulus checks, but for whatever reason, I just wasn't interested. I'm not interested. But kudos to those guys that were able to ride that wave, ride that trend. Trust me, they're making some funny money. They're making big bucks. So kudos to them. Like if I did a video and I got 70,000 views off that video, that's easily, for me, from my channel, I would have easily made at least $1,000 off of that video. So I would see that as motivation to continue to make those types of videos because, of course, it just makes sense. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, listen, I'm a lover of all. I don't have anything bad to say about people and their YouTube journey and how they got their success. I mean, they got it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's still kind of hard sometimes to watch other people. I remember when I started my journey on YouTube, that I would watch other people and I would say, man, why does this guy have so many subscribers? And it would kind of piss me off, like, this person's dumb. You know what I mean? There's so many factors that play into, why people get subscribers, why people get exposed, or why YouTube promotes certain channels. The reason why I'm kind of preoccupied is because I kind of want to see how much money I've made off of one of my videos that I know I've had like 79,000 views off of, and it's this Navy Federal live stream video here that I did. I did a Navy Federal Credit Union live stream. I have 79,000 views on that video, so I can go in here and see how much money I've made for the life of this video. Did I do that right? Let me see here. I'm just curious. I'm invested now, so I want to go look and see how much money I've made. And this video is only 6 months old. Okay, wow. So I've made $1,100, $1,155 for my Navy Federal Credit Union live stream that I did. And the video is 6 months old. It's not even 6 months old because I really did the video in February. So it's not, you know, I get 6 months oldish, right? But that's 79,000 views. Okay. So once again, I can imagine, you know, if you're making, if these guys are making, you know, at least half of that on a video with 70,000 views, you know, and some of these guys out here are making more than that because YouTube pays you on, there's a bunch of different factors, how much you get paid, you know, like maybe your subscribers have something to do with it, of course, as well as how long people are watching your videos, how long your audience retention is, you know, how many minutes that is. All of that plays into how much YouTube pays you, for sure. Donald, what's going on, my man? Thanks for stopping by. It says, come on, Dwayne, you have to run those 6 miles. That is so funny. Yeah, back in my day, you know, maybe when I was 30, when I didn't realize how good I had it, you know, I would have definitely pushed myself. I'm sure it's something that I could totally do right now, but I wouldn't run 6 miles now with the type of weight that I'm toting around. You know what I'm saying? Like on camera, like your boy looks good, you know, like I'm fine, but I really need to be losing like 40 pounds, you know what I'm saying, before I consider at least 20 pounds, 25 pounds before I consider running 6 miles. But there were times where I used to go running, you know, and I would run for an hour straight, you know, and it wasn't about like how fast I can run miles. It was just about, you know, endurance, you know, and I remember times where I'd be on the treadmill when I used to have a membership at Fitness Connection. I remember, you know, I was doing 5 miles in 60 minutes. Now that's not like insanely awesome, but I know to do a 10-minute mile and to do 5 miles in 60 minutes, I know that would require some work now, especially with how much I weigh at the moment. But I appreciate you, man. Donald, you know what I'm saying I got to run those 6 miles. You're right about it. You're right about it. Jordan23WW says, Dwayne, I got a serious love-hate relationship with Citi Best Buy. Citi. Best Buy is my favorite store. I have 2 Best Buy cards. They refuse to increase my limits on either card despite 100% payment history for 12 years. Wow. As well, you should have a love-hate relationship. 12 years is a very long time, and that's absolutely stupid. Jonas, thank you for stopping by. Says, hey, Dwayne, why don't people talk more about Discover Miles? Great point. 3 points or cash back the first year is the best non-category spend card. That is a great question. When it comes to people on YouTube, it's very easy for a lot of us, for whatever reason, to stick with cards that a lot of people know about. And, you know, sometimes, I know for myself personally, sometimes when I create a video talking about something that I think would be valuable and you don't get the views that you think you should get, then you don't spend the time doing that. So I don't know necessarily why others don't talk a lot about it. Me, I don't talk about it just because I don't have it. And so I can't really speak a lot about it in great detail, and the fact that, you know, it's valuable because I don't know that it's valuable. So I just have 2 Discover It cards. I'm pretty sure maybe I could do a product transfer to one of their cards, to the Discover Miles, but I don't know. I don't see the value in it just because I haven't done it. So there's that. You know, maybe you should be the first. Shine some light on that. That would be really, really cool. D. Anderson says, I stay true and stay in my lane. Cars, credit, traveling, 3 things, and that's me. Yes, sir. I hear you on that. I hear you on that for sure. D. Anderson says, Amex, Discover, Navy Federal customer service is outstanding. I would not disagree with you, man. I would not disagree. Points Blank Travel says, Dwayne, that 240,000 minutes of watch time is a beast. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. Much respect. Yeah, I mean, the thing about that is, the good news when you start a YouTube channel is that, like, nobody's watching for the most part. You know what I mean? And you just have to attack it. Sometimes sometimes quantity trumps quality. And if I made videos every day, it would be interesting because that would really benefit my pockets for sure. And it definitely would help my channel grow faster because YouTube normally rewards people that pump out content daily. YouTube is a weird thing, man. YouTube is a weird thing. Like, honestly, sometimes I don't know why YouTube promotes the people that they promote, but they do, and they do, and that's just what it is. So I mean, just keep doing keep your head down, keep grinding. You'll get there, and once you start making that YouTube money, it'll all be worth it. I know for me, it took me 7 months. It took me from March 2018. I met the requirement in September. I submitted my deal in September. I was not monetized until December. It was December 21st, 2018. And boy, I was glad when I was finally monetized because like there were people that I met the requirements first to be monetized, whether it was sub requirements or minutes, definitely on the subscription side, because I know the sub side is easy to see. I can't see what people's minutes are, but on the subscriber side, I knew that I met their requirement before they did, and I submitted my application, but they were monetized before I was, and I was like, what the heezy? So anyway, there's a lot of things when it comes to YouTube, but do your thing, man. Do your thing. Keep doing your thing. Diamond says the stimulus updates that weren't updates. I wanted to unfollow some of them. Daily updates and there weren't in session. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I mean, listen, money talks, man. Money talks. I can only imagine. And I tried to get on that stimulus train, but I just couldn't do it. And you know what? That was a very, very interesting moment for me because I kind of learned a little bit about myself in that moment. When you're able to make money from something, and especially if it's a business, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to treat it as such and milk it. You know what I mean? Absolutely milk it, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't get on that train, and YouTube wasn't promoting my videos like that. So it made it really easy. I didn't really care about the stimulus checks. And I think that was very apparent. But also at the same time, it was something that I kind of learned. It kind of made real to me that, like, I felt like there hasn't been a lot of situations in my life where I feel like I'm a sellout, whatever this means, right? And I'm not saying people are sellouts for doing that and riding that train. YouTube is a business and people can treat it like such and should if it benefits them, okay? But for me, it was interesting because like I said, I didn't really have a lot of experiences in my life where I feel like I was a sellout. But boy, money talks. Money talks. And, like statements like money is the root of all evil. You know what I mean? That's a real deal. And not that people are evil for pursuing money, right? Like, I'm very money conscious and I definitely want to pursue and do pursue money. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do. D. Anderson says, no stimulus vids for me. I stay true and stay in my lane. I hear you. He says, travel and credit cards. Cars, travel, and credit card. Yes, sir. Hey, Paulette, thanks for stopping by. It's a pleasure to see you in the house. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to have you. Look who's in the house. Kaya, what's going on, girl? Says, what's going on here? Definitely haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. I know you were one of the original subscribers. You probably seen this channel. You probably were subscribed to this channel before I had 1,000 subscribers. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. When were you subscribed? Were you subscribed before I had 1,000 subscribers in the channel? Let me know. Let's see. Credit Plug says, I've noticed that the big banks, Bank of America, Chase, American Express, Citibank, Wells Fargo, seem to cater mostly to prime credit and people with high deposits. Credit unions are more favoring with bad credit. Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, what's kind of funny is like, if we had $100,000 in the bank account, you know what I mean? Like your checking account, savings account, whatever. You know, I think it's easier to cater to those people. You know, it's interesting because $100,000 is a lot of money to some people, and $100,000 is also nothing. So it's kind of interesting, but you know, I could see why they would do that, just because that's I don't know. To them, it makes sense, even though I feel like the majority of their clients would not have 100 G's in the bank. You know what I mean? So you would think that they should cater to the little guy, but I don't know. I don't know. Devin says Citi's fully issued cards do not do a hard pull for credit limit requests. Their co-branded ones will sometimes, and if they do, it's with TransUnion. I did not know that. That's freaking cool to know. That's good. I really haven't done a credit limit increase on the majority of my cards. Since 2018, I think I probably tried to do a credit limit increase on a Citibank card, not Citibank, Capital One. Of course, Citibank also. I did one with Discover, and that's pretty much it. I really haven't been requesting credit limit increases. You know, like my homeboy Gary says, and Gary, I haven't seen Gary in a while, but Gary says he likes the credit limit increases to take place organically, and I agree. But I really haven't done a lot of credit limit increases, especially not recently. The Chi-Town on Lock says, hey, Dwayne, I'm considering applying for a Citi card with Staples. What are your thoughts? Peace and blessings to all the credit family. Thanks again. If that card makes sense to you, go for it. I mean, I think there are better cards from Citi to go for, but if that card makes sense to you, you know, go for it. I personally wouldn't do it. I would go for the Best Buy card or even the Costco card before that card. But if it makes sense to you, you know, it makes sense to you. Devin says, Citi is also different when applying for new fully issued and co-branded accounts. Fully issued pull from Experian and Equifax, and co-branded is mainly just Equifax. Equifax, or do you mean Experian? Tyree says, any new credit card you looking to get? No, sir. Your boy doesn't need to be getting any credit cards. I have way too many inquiries. Even when I was looking up information about doing this video, I was like, man, that's right. I do want to get this card from Citibank, but I need to chill. I can't get any cards at all because I have like 7 inquiries on my credit report, you know, with Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. I have 6 and 7 inquiries across all of those accounts, all of those credit bureaus. So no, I need to be absolutely chilling for sure. Credit Plug says, I'm with you, Dwayne. I couldn't water down my channel with the daily stimulus checks video, but kudos to those who did and are still doing it. No, absolutely, bro. They swimming in the money. You know, they swimming in the money, man. So that's good. Kaya says, back in your day. Yeah, for sure. Back in my day. Let's see. Keith says, my revolving credit is down to 1%. Going to hold back on using my cards. Will that cause my credit line? Will that cause a credit line decrease? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any reason to hold back on using your cards, though. You know what I mean? Like, you have to make purchases. You have to buy stuff. You got to buy groceries. You got to pay your cell phone. You got to pay your car insurance. You know, your light bill, your cable bill. So it just makes sense to put that on your credit card, you know, like absolutely use your credit cards, man. At least you don't have 19 cards, which you got to manage. Like me, I used my pedal card the other day to make a purchase. I used my Old Navy Visa credit card the other day to make a purchase because I haven't used those cards in a while. So if I were you, I would use the card. I mean, there's value in using the card. And definitely, it will be a lot easier for them to decrease your credit limit if you're not using the card. You know, having 7 credit cards with American Express, or I guess 5 credit cards, because 2 of them are charge cards. You know, I could be concerned with them decreasing my credit limit, but I think the fact that I'm using at all times, I'm using, you know, my American Express Gold card, of course, because I get 4 times points on dining and whatever. It makes it easier for me to, you know, kind of maintain the balances, the credit limits that I do have. Prod by the Addict says 12 years a Citibank slave. I like that. I like that play on words. 12 years a slave. That is an incredible movie. I actually saw that movie in the theater. And one of the things that I thought was super cool when I saw that movie in the theater is that there was I'm assuming, white lady and her son. And the son might have been like, it was a teenager, maybe like 15, 16. And I was like, how cool is that? Like, these guys, they were like, we're going to go see this movie in the theater. And I was like, I wonder what the conversation was on the way home. You know what I mean? But that's a solid movie. That's a solid movie. Melly M says, the stimulus videos are repetitive without any point. Just watch or read the news. I skip over any stimulus. Kind of pointless. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing going on and on and on and on. It's funny that I'm saying I don't care about the stimulus. I don't mean that I don't care, right? Because it does benefit me. So like, that's kind of cool. And I have benefited, in regards to the stimulus check, in regards to the unemployment extension and all that good stuff. So I don't mean that I don't care in that regard. I absolutely care. But I don't, I just don't have a passion to actually make videos about that for sure. Danny Boy, thank you so much for that $1.99 super chat. I really appreciate you. Says Shiba dog rises and lowers his index finger. Okay, tripping. I'm reading this out loud because of course I'm not on YouTube, so I can't see the animation. I'm not on YouTube with the software that I use to do the live stream to show you guys his comments, so that's why I was reading that out loud like a loser. K Clay says, yes, thank you for your knowledge. I smashed the like button. Thanks, man. Thank you for taking the time to make a comment. I definitely don't remember seeing you here on the channel and in the live stream, so thanks for taking the time to comment. I appreciate you for stopping by and smashing that like button. Donald C says, LOL, I'm just kidding, Dwayne. I know it's not easy. November last year, I had some serious issues with my high blood pressure. Yeah, I have high blood pressure too, man. I have high blood pressure too. Once again, if I can get my diet right, I'd be so right. Every time I get my diet right, it's good for me. Back in January, February, I was exercising in the gym consistently, at least 4 or 5 days out of the week. And that helped me tremendously just because I was active, but I'm not gonna always be able to go as hard as I am now in the gym. Like when I'm 66, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be in the gym on the elliptical, going in the way that I do now. Even back when I was 33, man, I used to live on the elliptical machine. For whatever reason, your boy can't lift weights. I can't lift weights. It makes me want to eat everything in sight. And my diet is hard enough to manage on its own, so I just do cardio. I told my doctor I would not take the drugs. I started running in March. I ran 2 miles there times a week. Blood pressure back to normal. Didn't have to take any drugs. Cool. Very cool, man. And you're right about that. I've been all over the map when it comes to my weight and blood pressure. And certainly there was a time where I lost so much weight that I wasn't taking any medicine as far as blood pressure is concerned. Inger says, I joined Navy Federal 2 weeks ago and was pre-approved, but waiting before I apply. What do you think? Depends on which card you're talking about. If you're scared about not getting approved, like if for some reason you don't think you're going to get approved, you could always just play it safe and get their secured card, put like $500, $300 to $500 in your savings account and get the secured card if you're worried. Me personally, I got my Navy Federal account, and literally I was super excited. I had no money in the account and I applied for one of their credit cards. I did not even know that you could check to see if you're pre-qualified for their cards. Now, of course, there are people that have been pre-approved for Navy Federal credit cards and any other credit card and still not get the card. So if you're worried about that, you can just go to the secured card route, or if you want to be like me, or if you have the experience I had where I applied for the unsecured card, was denied, and then I went ahead and applied for the secured card and I was approved for that. That worked for me as well. So the good news is that they're starting to review your card to graduate it in 3 months as opposed to 6 months. So that's really, really cool if you want to do that. Christopher, man, thanks for stopping by another stream. and always consistent says your credit advice is changing people's lives. Cool, man. I appreciate you being here for another live stream. Renard, what's going on, my man? Says, what's good, Dwayne? I'm watching from Broward. Forgive me for butchering that. In Florida. Cool, man. I appreciate you stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here. Renee says, that makes sense. The card has to make sense to you. Perks that work for you may not be the best thing for someone else. Yeah, absolutely. And then after, at a certain point, like for me, I was just applying for cards because it was like, all right, another card with a credit line that's going to give me more available credit. Like, yay, let's keep getting more available credit. Let's get all these different credit limits. So it makes it really, really easy for me to have a very low utilization. I will never be above 10% because there's never going to be a time that I'll have like $10,000 of credit used across all my cards or even on one of my card. If there was a time, I'm going to pay it off anyway. So, I don't know that I'd ever make a $10,000 purchase. Maybe if I was buying like really, really fancy furniture or something, or maybe if I was buying furniture and appliances, and I wanted to like step it all the way up, but your boy's too cheap for that. I would still have the money to pay that off before making those purchases. Diamond says, Sam's got me with this pop-up and the last 4 of my social. Then bam, hard inquiry. Oh man, that is tough. Yeah, I mean, that's tough. That's tough. So did you get the card? Because the Sam's credit card is not bad. I actually like that card. Was considering getting it, but didn't. Callie, thanks for stopping by the stream, says, I have a Citibank secured card. It was supposed to graduate in February 2020, but they said I have to wait until February 2021. Is that common? Yes, no, not necessarily, but yes, I've heard that Citibank is taking a lifetime to promote people. The good news is just stay patient, stay the course. I don't think you have to necessarily wait before choosing to apply for another Citibank card. If you wanted another Citibank card, if you're patient and you want to wait, cool, that's like awesome. But let's say like with me, I had my Citi Secure card back in October 2017. They promoted me sometime in 2018. And then I applied for the Citi Double Cash card. I don't remember if I applied for that card. No, I didn't apply. They promoted me like after 8 months. So I was one of the lucky ones. And then I think I applied for the Citi Double Cash card like a year after I initially opened my secured card. So if you can be patient, just be patient. Just know that you're going to get your money back. They're going to promote you. It may take a lifetime, but you're still doing good work by having that secured card and paying your bills on time. So try to be patient with that. Jay's Way says, I have the Citi Secure card. Can't wait till it upgrades. I hear you on that. Credit Plug says, how long are you staying in the garden? What's the next financial institution you want to build with? Great questions. I have to stay in the garden for 2 years. I say that. We'll see what happens. Really, I should be in the garden from now till 2022. But we know there'll be a couple of cards that'll come out that I'll probably apply for. So we'll see. We'll see. And as far as what other bank that I want to do or build business with, not sure. I mean, I'm really just trying my best to sit still because, I have a lot going on as it is. So there's really no benefit. You have been insanely good about doing your research and bringing videos and shining light on banks that people have not thought about, so I think that's one of the reasons why you've been rewarded so much with your subscribers and you're growing like a weed over there. Like I said, I know for a fact you're gonna pass me up, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You did your thing, man. That's freaking awesome. Cinema Madness, there you go, bro. What's going on, my man? Says, hey Dwayne, I'm busy while your stream. Just wanted to drop in and leave a message real quick. I look back at myself in January with 2 cards, 1.75 limit, 96 balance on them now, to now 6 cards, and now with 9,300 limit. Awesome, man. Congratulations, and thanks for taking the time to share that info right here on the channel. Points Blank Travel says, another great stream, Dwayne. I got to roll, but I'll see you on the next one. Peace, my brother. Yes, sir. Have a good one, man. Take care, man. Paulette says, you are cool. I hope that was for me, Paulette, and thank you so much. You know, I tries my best to be cool. I appreciate the kind words. Jonas says, if you want to make a video about Discover Miles, come to Austin, Texas. I moved to US from Europe 2 years ago with a 0 credit score. Today I have 12 credit cards and almost 800 credit. Awesome, man. Hey, first of all, I appreciate the invitation, my brother. Austin is a great city. I have been to Austin maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I certainly haven't experienced Austin the way that most people should. I've never been to 6th Street, which is like kind of crazy, but Austin is an incredible city. Jonathan says, my Citi secured card just graduated last week after 12 months with scores in the 660s, finally going places. One question, does Citi usually give credit limit increase shortly after graduation? Yes and no, right? I feel like you probably would have gotten the increase when you graduated. Like I said, in my own experience, Citibank has been real ridiculous with the credit limit increase. So they didn't even give me an increase. When I graduated from the secured to the unsecured, I had a $300 limit, and it was a $300 limit. And then I think I requested a credit limit increase, and they bumped me up to the to 450. Now I'm balling out of control with 450. Forgive me, Jamikar, or Jamekar. Forgive me for butchering your name. Forgive me. First time commenting live, watch ton of your videos. I like to share. I got a credit limit increase on Apple Card to 5,000. Believe it or not, I started with only 750 less than a year ago. They are very good and generous with credit limit increase. Thank you so much for taking the time to comment. That you said this is your first time commenting. I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming on out of the woodworks and sharing your experience here on the channel. That's what's awesome about this community and why it's so valuable. So awesome. Thank you for sharing, and congratulations on that credit limit increase. Luis says, man, I almost feel like you've raised me on the credit experience I have today. Your credit advice has literally given me so much knowledge. I started watching with a 550 credit score. Now I'm at 680. Awesome, man. I mean, that's what it's about. You know, it never gets old. It's kind of funny. People will be like, man, you know, you make videos talking about the same stuff. I remember very vividly, I had maybe 200 and something subscribers. And I remember this person's name because they left a negative comment, you know, and they were like, you talk about the same stuff. I don't get it. What's the point? You know, and I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. There's always new people. There's always people that need to hear the same information over and over and over again before it sinks in. You know what I mean? Like, that's just everywhere. It's everywhere. You know, like, we are so conditioned to repetition, and there's value in repetition. So Luis, I appreciate you taking the time to put that comment on the screen, share that in the community, man. Luis says, although my Credit Karma shows I'm at 705. Oh, don't worry, man. You're going to get to the 705. Danny Boy says, anything, thoughts on the Apple Card? I have an Apple Card. I think it's a solid card. I think, you know, the fact that they kind of have twisted it where you can get the Apple Card when you purchase Apple products and kind of get financing that way. I think it makes it easier for people to get the Apple Card, and of course for Apple to continue to sell their products. I think it's cool. I mean, you know, I got it when it didn't have this decent sign-up offer that they have now, because I'm an Apple head, and the physical card is really cool, which I think I've only used once. I don't remember. I used it at a gas station because I was trying to get the gas station said Apple Pay, but I used my physical card, which clearly is stupid, because how are you going to get Apple Pay if you're going to use your physical card? It doesn't work. So, but I think the card's pretty all right. Refrigeration Mechanic says, I've had my Citi secured card for 12 months now, all payments on time and in full, and still not unsecured. Hey, man, just keep being patient, man. Hopefully it'll pay off. Keep being patient. Luis says, I have the Citi Diamond secured. I've had it since February, and so far they haven't graduated me. I only deposited $300 and will charge a meal on it like once a month. Hope they upgrade me soon. Yeah, hopefully. Okay, Diamond says that she probably didn't get approved. They had to review it. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed. You know what I mean? I know most of the times when we see that we automatically feel that we're not going to get approved, but hopefully that would be really cool if you do. Let us know. Ricardo says, I want to apply for the Amex from Navy Fed Credit Union. Does it make a difference if my credit limit is over 30%? I have been holding a few dollars to pay some debt. Should I pay first before I apply? I think you're talking about your credit utilization, and I mean, yeah, you want to give yourself, the best opportunity to get approved for these cards. And I think it would be awesome if your credit utilization was not 30%. But should that be why you don't apply? I don't think so. And if you want to be on the safe side, just go for the secured card, man. Go for the secured card. There's nothing wrong with the secured card. You're talking to somebody that got secured cards after he had major credit cards. Secured card is a way to establish that relationship with that bank. And there's nothing wrong with it. You're already in the door. So if you're skeptical, just start with the secured card. You know what I mean? Take your worries out of the equation by starting with the secured card. Let's see here. G Dobbs says, how I would, interesting. Hey, G Dobbs, thanks for stopping by the channel. It's a pleasure to have you in the house. Thank goodness you mistyped that, because I don't know exactly what you said, and that works for me. Scott, what's going on, my man? Thanks for stopping by. Scott, it's a pleasure to have you in the building. I don't remember seeing you here, so I appreciate you stopping by. Francisco says, just applied for the Navy Federal More Rewards today and got approved for $3,100. I'm just confused because I got approved 3 months ago for the cash rewards at $4,200. Yeah, man, I hear you, bro. It's very easy to have an expectation when it comes to applying for cards, especially like I hear what you're saying. Like, you're like, why? Why did they give me less credit? I don't know. I mean, some of that could be because of coronavirus. We don't know. It could be because of how you used or didn't use the first card. I don't know. But the great news is that you're approved. And I know myself from my own experiences, and I've shared it here on the channel. When I applied for my Navy Federal flagship credit card, I wanted so badly to get more than a $25,000 credit limit. But it's like, I don't really have anything to cry about. I got approved. I got a $25,000 limit, and I was expecting to get more just because I had a lot of money with the bank, a lot of money with Navy Federal in my checking account for months. So I hear you, man, but at least you were approved. Devin says, from when you said I was like you with American Express, I have 8 cards with Amex, which 4 of them are charge cards. I hear you. You got one more than I do. All right, D Anderson, take care, my brother. Have a good rest. Get some good rest, man, so you can get on to work for 4 a.m. Says prosperity to all brethren and sistren in the chat. Yes, sir. Luis says, Dwayne, do they have a security service federal credit union over there in Houston? I created an account with them earlier last week. I was hoping to eventually get a credit card with them. I don't know. I'd have to Google it. I don't know, unfortunately. I don't know at all. Alonzo says, Dwayne and Credit Plug are my top channels. Wealth of knowledge. Keep up the good work. My experience with Citi is they take forever to give a credit limit increase. Also, do you plan to do any business card videos? I've been slow about doing the business card videos just because I've been slow about getting into business credit, which is absolutely stupid, because there is a huge space when it comes to YouTube on that. I don't think there's a whole bunch of people talking about business credit on YouTube. Certainly not as consistent as some of the other types of credit cards. Cinemadness says, which activity do you think banks find more sketchy or suspicious? Credit card turning or manufacturer spending? That's a great question. I'm probably going to have to go with manufacturer spending. Just because it may be easier for them to see that or for them to think that. I think both of them can be tricky as far as the credit card company like catching on to it. You know, because credit card churning, they don't necessarily have to know, especially if you're getting different credit cards, right, with different companies. So they don't necessarily have to know. They can see the inquiries and they could be concerned about that and deny you credit as a result. So I would probably go with manufacturer spending. Devin says, my oldest Amex card with the True Earnings Costco card, which I have with Citi. Okay, got you. Denisha, thank you so much for stopping by. Denisha says, hey D, hey guys, so Navy Fed denied me last month for my second card with them. I applied again today and got approved with a 20,000 limit. I learned a lot from your channel. Congratulations to you for that $20,000 credit limit, and I'm glad that you went back to it and they approved you. I mean, it's a beautiful thing when you reapply, and I'm glad that Navy Federal rewards you for that. I'm glad that you take the time to share that and you applied today. So I know that a lot of people are like, coronavirus, you know, like credit card companies aren't giving good high limits, and thank you for sharing your experience. That's really, really cool. Okay, Jamie Carr, forgive me again for butchering, says the name is a combination of my name and my wife, James and Karen. First of all, awesome. I opened a savings account with Citi since June 18, still not received an ATM card yet. Not happy with them at all. Slow AF. I hear you. Yikes. That's crazy, man. That is like I said, it's hit or miss when it comes to Navy Fed, for sure. Absolutely. G Dobbs says, I was saying hello and I love your gorgeous smile. Thank you, G Dobbs. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to have you in the house, and always awesome to read positive and kind comments. Speaking of positive and kind comments, man, we got some super chats coming in the house. Guys, I appreciate you. Scott, thank you so much for that $2 super chat. Says, what the subject on? Well, I was talking about Citibank and talking about the fact that Citibank is kind of hit or miss, but also I was talking about and shining some light on why people should consider getting Citibank accounts, whether it's checking savings or credit card accounts. Yeah, the credit plug. Wow, dude, thank you so much for that $49.99 super chat. That means a whole lot to me. I got hella respect for you, and the fact that you decided to bless me with a super chat, my respect has gone through the roof, man. Incredible. Thank you so much for that $50 super chat. It's a pleasure and an honor, man. Thanks so much. Guys, make sure you go by his channel. Boy's blowing up. He pumps out content on the daily in regards to credit and credit cards, so be sure to go by his channel, subscribe, click that notification bell. Mark my words, he will surpass me on the subscribers probably by the end of this year. So good stuff, man. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. Means a lot. Rodney says, would you ever do a video on business credit? I've done a couple of videos on business credit, but not near as much as I should. Whenever I decide to stop being lazy and get more into that, I will definitely share my experience in that regard. Danny Boy, thank you so much for that $2.99 super chat. He says, thanks for the info. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir. Alonzo coming out. Alonzo, you just bam, $50 super chat just like that, man. I really appreciate you, sir. That means a lot to me, man. Thank you so much for doing that. $50 super chat. Wow, you guys, but this is what I'm talking about. You know, even before there were super chats, before I was making pennies per view, a fraction of a pennies per view on YouTube, I had a lot of videos here on YouTube. And it's an honor. You know, anytime somebody gives a super chat, I'm just like, I'm honored. I'm absolutely honored. So thank you guys so much for doing that. It means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you guys get value from this channel. That means a lot to me. It makes me smile, and whenever I decide to stop and smell the roses in life, which I don't, I don't do often. This is one of those things where I can smile and say, man, you know what? I'm really bringing value to the community. You know, I have my little small piece of the credit pie where I'm educating people and, you know, changing people's lives. I think I don't really stop and smell the roses and be content with where I am, because I'm always focused on the future. And also it's an easy way for me not to get a big head. You know, I feel like I've been the same that I've been when I started. Of course, I haven't been exactly the same, but for the most part, I think the fabric of who I am and how I've been on these videos has been the same, and that's really cool. So I try my best to kind of stay grounded. My head is already big. I mean, I got a big head, so I definitely don't need to get a bigger head. Luis says, yo, Dwayne, I always see people talking about how good Amex is. What credit score would I need to get approved for one? What's a good starter card? When it comes to starter cards with American Express, it may be easier to get a charge card from American Express just to kind of get your foot in the door. But if you don't want to go that route, you can definitely consider getting the Blue Cash Everyday card. That's a good card. The Everyday card, the Blue Cash Everyday is a cashback card, and the Everyday card from American Express is a points card. Okay, so you can consider looking at those. You can go to the site to see if you're pre-qualified. I would say if you have a 680 FICO score, that's kind of the minimum. And then if you don't have more than 2 inquiries, just to be on the safe side, I think you'd be all right as well. So you can see if you're pre-qualified at the American Express website. And then, of course, you consider using your boy's referral link to apply for a particular credit card. You can also consider getting like a Delta SkyMiles Gold card, or maybe even the Delta SkyMiles, the blue one, just to kind of get your feet wet. But there are a lot of cards that American Express has. The Hilton Honors card is a decent card to get as well. Of course, I'm mentioning cards with no annual fee, except for the charge cards. Of course, all the charge cards, the green, the gold, the platinum, the plum, whatever, they all have annual fees. Bodyguard 856 says, what's up, Dwayne? Been gone for a minute, work schedule changed, so I can't really watch at work anymore. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to make a comment. It's been a while since I've seen you, but it's a pleasure as usual to have you in the house. Del Harp Jr. says, applied for my second PenFed credit card in less than a year, 2 weeks ago, and was blessed with a 15,000 credit limit. My first card was 10,000. Don't sleep on PenFed, guys. First of all, it's comments like these. Congratulations on getting the 15,000 credit limit as well as the 10,000. But I'm saying it's comments like these that make me like, man, I need to apply. You know what I mean? PenFed was definitely one of the banks that I wanted to have a relationship with. I kind of slept on them because I was trying to open a checking account because they had like a little stimulus check offer, $1,200 deposit and get, I don't remember how much you got from it, but they hurried up and ended that offer because I guess people were signing up for their accounts left and right. Like it was supposed to expire, I think June 14th, and it was gone. It was gone by the end of May. So congratulations, man, and thanks for taking the time to share that here on the channel. K Clay says, I guess, and the credit plug are both the GOAT when it comes to the credit game. I think you guys should something in here. First of all, thanks for the kind words, my brother. It's a pleasure to. I love when people have kind things to say, and like I said, the credit plug is definitely doing his thing. That boy's grinding hard. Earl, thank you so much for that $10 super chat, man. It's always a pleasure to have you in the house, my man. Earl says, you, Dwayne, credit plug, Spontaneous Productions, Calvin Russell, Credit Maestro, and several others are establishing a golden age of credit awareness within the urban and YouTube communities. Hashtag the brothers. Cool, man. I appreciate that. And that was one of the things that kind of enticed me to start the channel too, was that I felt like there wasn't necessarily a voice talking about credit the way that I try to, and I was like, okay, well, there's a little niche, there's a little room for me there. YouTube is a very, very big community, so of course there could be people talking about the same stuff I'm talking about, and I don't come across them. But if they're grinding and hustling, chances are they probably come up on my radar. So I appreciate you taking the time to say that, man. That's a kind thing to say. Jordan 23 WW says, Dwayne, I just want to say thank you for all your wonderful information you continue to share with us through videos and live streams. Thank you for all your positivity and encouragement and all you do. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you and the kind words, man. And thanks for being consistent and showing up in these videos and contributing to the community. Krusty Krab Pizza says, love your channel. My question is, I really want to get the U.S. Bank Cash Plus credit card, but was denied due to too many inquiries. Do you have a recommended route to take to get accepted next time? I would say maybe start with their secured card, or wait till those inquiries fall off. The inquiries is a really big deal for some of these banks, and I know that with U.S. Bank, it absolutely is. So you could just wait until you have no inquiries or until you have one inquiry and then try it again. Or if you're super impatient, you could try the secured card route just to kind of get your foot in the door with US Bank. Okay, so that would be my advice on that. Jason says, my score is 680 on TransUnion, 690 on Experian, and 722 on Equifax. What do you think is a good guess at my actual FICO score? And do you recommend Citibank Secured over a Discover It Secured? No, I recommend the Discover It Secured. But if I were you, I would go to the Discover site, fill out the pre-qualification to see if you're even pre-qualified for the Discover It Secured before applying. So of course they'll tell you if you're qualified for a regular Discover card, but they'll also tell you, hey, you're pre-qualified for the Jesus Christ. You're pre-qualified for the Discover It Secured card, right? And then I would apply. I think the Citibank Secure card is easier to get than the Discover It. But if you're pre-approved for the Discover It, I would pull the trigger on that. I think it's a solid card. And Discover card does a better job with credit limit increases. And it is a soft inquiry when you request credit limit increases with Discover card. Devin says, one tip about MR points is all your MR points are the same account, even though you're using multiple cards earning MR points. Yes, sir, that is correct. So I have a gold card, I have a platinum card, and I had a business credit card that earned points. And all of those cards, the MR points, when you click on your platinum account, you're going to see the same amount of points that you're going to see in your gold account. So that's a very, very good point, Devin. Absolutely. Same thing applies for the Delta cards as well. So I have a Delta Gold, Delta Platinum. Of course, if I click on the Delta Gold or Platinum credit card, I see my Delta points in there the same. S House says, Dwayne, did you hear about Amex giving 125,000 and 70,000 points for Platinum and Gold cards, but it's for their mail invites only? Yes, of course I did. I got the email. I got the alert from Doctor of Credit. I totally misread it. It was yesterday that they sent it out, and I totally misread it. I thought it was like for business accounts. So I was like, ooh, business platinum with American Express. I got excited. But yeah, of course, it's targeted, which makes all the sense. Renee says, Dwayne, my friend is interested in applying for an American Express card. She can't find where to check for pre-qualified offers on the site. Do you know where she can go on the website? Yeah, I mean, you could just Google it. She could just Google it. I can Google it right here. Amex pre-qualified. Let me see if I can pull it up real quickly and slap that into the chat. Yeah, I just Googled it here, and let's see if it's going to even pull up the right site for me, because it may not pull up the right site for me because I already have accounts with American Express. No, it's not pulling it up for me, but all she has to do is Google Amex pre-qualified. Okay. Actually, I can do it in a private browser and see it. Let's see, Amex pre-qualified. I can't spell. All right, let's see here. Let me pull a link up. I'll do it in a private browser. It'll definitely pull it up for me in the private browser because it's a private browser, and I slapped it in there. So you can copy that. You can copy that and give it to your friend so she could go there and see that. Hopefully that'll help. All right, so the link is in the description. Let's see here. Christopher says, because of your credit advice, Dwayne, my score went from 570 to 620 FICO score. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. I can always count on you, man, to drop the nuggets. Devin says, I'm looking, I guess, towards the altitude go after coronavirus because I should have about 3 to 5 of my U.S. Bank cards paid off. Cool. That's definitely a card that I wanted to get. It's not like a great card, but I wanted to get it. K Clay, thank you so much for that $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Says basically what I was saying. You and the Credit Plug are awesome. The knowledge that you guys provide on YouTube for free. Thank you and continue. Oh man, it's a pleasure, bro. It is a pleasure. Yeah, I mean, it is. You know, the cool thing about our time and this time is that, believe it or not, a lot of the answers that a lot of people are seeking can be found for absolutely free. It may not be in the most organized fashion, you know, sometimes because, you know, why would it be that easy and that convenient? But it's there and it's free. And I think that's really, really cool. I think if you really, really look and pay attention, that you can get everything that you're looking for somewhere on the internet for free. Now, of course, you got to weed through it, and people don't have the time and patience to do that sometimes, so they'd rather just pay. You know, if you got the money and you want to pay for knowledge, that's okay too. But yeah, man, thank you so much for that $4.99 super chat. Sweet. Okay, so listen, guys, if you don't have any more questions, I'm going to end this stream. But if you do have questions, ask them right now. We have 116 people in the live stream, for which I'm grateful. Please, if you haven't smashed a thumbs up in this video, please smash the thumbs up. It helps this channel tremendously. It helps the video a lot. It sends the right signals to YouTube that this video is awesome and people value it, and they will promote it and put it in front of other people. So please smash the thumbs up in this video. But more importantly, if you have any more questions, go ahead and ask, because I will be ending this live stream. Thank you so much for all the people that gave super chats, all the YouTubers that were in the house. We had Points Blank Travel. Be sure to go to his channel, subscribe. We have D Anderson. Be sure to go by his channel, subscribe. We have the Credit Plug. Be sure to go by his channel. He's on fire. Subscribe and click the notification bell. Thank you so much to all the super chats. There were several super chats. I don't remember them off the top of my head, so I'm not even going to try to list them, but I really, really appreciate you guys. It's always an honor and a privilege for people to show value and show that they value the channel and the community by choosing to give a super chat. That's a very visible way of showing your support. I really appreciate you guys. Once again, please be sure to smash the thumbs up in this video if you haven't already done so. Renee says, thanks, Dwayne. You're very welcome. My pleasure. Luis says, when the GOAT speaks, I listen. Ah, man, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see people that are returning viewers. It warms my heart to know that people, you know, once again, value the channel and the community. You know, me talking is one thing, but the fact that people come in the community and they share their experiences, they share, you know, what they've gotten and what they experience with different companies and different credit cards and different credit limits, that also is very valuable. So I really thank you guys for being here. Devin says, hope you have a nice week. See you on the next stream. Is it going to be Monday? Yes, sir. It will be Monday. I will be back again for another How to Build Credit TV live stream on Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time. I'll try to do my best to start more on time. I know that I've kind of mentioned that in the past, so I'll try to do my best to kind of get my stuff together and start. Gregory, have a good night, my brother. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to have you in the house. Earl says, go for one of those PenFed cards, Dwayne. Your file is robust enough to shake off those inquiries. Hey, man, Earl, you don't need to be telling me that, bro. You and Tyrone, this dude named Tyrone on the channel. Man, listen, I don't know. I've been I got way too many inquiries, and my pride. I don't know if I can take another rejection. Let's see, what's this, 2020? So I got 2 cards in March. So this March, April, May, June, 4 months. Yeah, I definitely need to be sitting still for a while. You know, maybe January, but really I don't need to do anything till 2022, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see. Louis says, what's your opinion with US Bank, Dwayne? That's another card I hear people talking about. What is a good way to establish a relationship with them? The secured card is the best way to establish a relationship, because they can be tricky getting their regular card. But that card, the Cash Plus, is a sleeper card. It's an underrated card. I don't know why people sleep on that. I mean, I see now that US Bank has some advertising on YouTube. I saw that they were advertising the Cash Plus card on YouTube in people's videos. So that's kind of cool. I guess marketing, right? And I'm down south, so US Bank is not down here. K Clay says, yes, at working, trying to type fast, but thank you for the knowledge. Yeah, man, appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. Big C, what's going on, man? Big C, thanks for stopping by the channel. I appreciate you, sir. Earl says, you and Credit Plug should definitely do a collabo. You're not lying. These collabs are quite interesting. And yeah, that's cool. That would be kind of cool, actually. Yeah, maybe I'll reach out to him. Hey, reach out to me, bro. You know what I mean? Let's do a collab. That'll be kind of cool. I haven't done one in a while. Luis says, bro, have you ever considered making a podcast? I love watching old videos when I'm working, but I hate the YouTube drains my battery. Yes, sir. It would be nice listening to a podcast. Man, no, I haven't thought about doing a podcast, just because I know it's a lot of work, you know, and it's a lot of work to kind of grow something else. I don't really know all the work that entails, but man, that would be cool if I just was like, you know, went for it all. YouTube is my platform of choice, and I'm gonna do my thing here. I really should, you know, diversify, but I think it's easier said than done. I guess I just don't have the energy required to do that. Big C says, what credit card is the best with no annual fee? There's a lot of them. It depends on who you're talking about. There are a lot of credit cards that are decent with no annual fee. The Discover It card is a good card with no annual fee. Chase Freedom Unlimited, American Express, Blue Cash Everyday, the Everyday card, credit cards with US Bank, credit cards with TD Bank, Bank of America Cash Rewards card, Bank of America Cash Rewards secured card. There's a lot of credit cards out there that are good cards that don't have an annual fee. Rodney says, what bank would be nice choice for business credit? You may want to consider going with Chase, but this is if you have a Chase account, personal or business checking account with Chase. That would be good to kind of establish that relationship. Get the sign-up offer that Chase has for their personal checking or business checking. You can Google Chase sign-up checking bonus. There's personal one as well as business. American Express is decent if you already have a personal card to get a business card with. Capital One has some decent business card offers as well. I don't know how easy it is to get those cards. Prod by the Addict says, just got the Discover It secured with 1,000 down. When is a good time to add more money? There's no real need to add more money to the account unless you know that you're going to be making purchases more than $1,000. Because I maxed out and I did $2,500 because I knew I was going to be spending a lot of money on the card. And when I graduated, they did not increase my credit limit until like a year later, and I had to request a credit limit increase. So $1,000 is fine unless you know for a fact you're going to be spending more than $1,000. You could easily just spend the money, pay it off. You know what I mean? So like you spend $500 this week, you might spend another $200 the next week, you know, $400 the next week. That's more than $1,000, but you're paying it off. So it doesn't matter that your limit's only $1,000 unless you're going to make a purchase that's greater than $1,000 at one time. Devin says, if you're talking about, check out Matthew Perry, the podcast channel. Okay, cool. I didn't know. Maybe I knew he had a podcast, but definitely I don't have the patience to do the podcast thing and download and listen. I don't know. I spent my time doing other things and listening to other things. Not that podcasts aren't cool, because they are, but yeah. Undecided says U.S. Bank is in the Midwest and West Coast. They're based out of Minnesota. Okay, I didn't know that they were based out of Minnesota. That is good to know. That is good to know. All right, cool. Well, thank you for that thumbs down, whoever you were. Thumbs down number 4. Speaking of thumbs, let's give a thumbs up to this video if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. Once again, my name is Dwayne with How to Build Credit TV, and I approve this video. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace. Later, guys. Have a great week.